Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the MRC non-championship race on this Monday the 18th of October, live from the Imola circuit. Tonight I am joined by my fellow Tier 1 driver, Ollie Racing, otherwise known as Ollie Poole. Good evening, sir, how are you?
Good evening, I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Good, very well, thank you. And we have the exciting prospect that is the new Imola circuit that landed on F1 2021 just last week. And
indeed.
Given our break in between the championship of season 4 that has just concluded in season 5, which is due to start next week, we have the MRC racing, but in Imola. So this race is the Emiliano Romagna Grand Prix. It was a new name on the Formula 1 calendar, introduced in 2020. But obviously for those that are either new to Formula 1 or those who have been watching the sport for a while, it's not a new track to the sport. It's the Autodromo Internazionale Enzo e Dino Ferrari is the formal name. I was going to say, I'm getting the Italian, exactly. 3 mile track, 17 turns. A very quick track though, Ollie. It's one of these tracks which allows for a lot of speed to be gained, but you can also be hampered by the curbs, you can be hampered by the track limits as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I must admit it's given me quite a lot of grief in time trial recently, but it's a lot of fun, so I think it's going to produce some really good racing tonight. Yeah,
no, definitely. I think obviously as we go through, we can see it's going to be dry for the qualifying and dry for the race, which I think everybody will be pleased about. I don't think anyone would have fancied a wet Imola.
No, absolutely not. No, I think that would play havoc to everybody's strategies for tonight.
Definitely. So we've got 18 runners in the race tonight, folks. We've got a combination of Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3 racers. For those of you that aren't familiar with MRC, then please take a look at all the YouTube videos that we've got up. If you're interested in racing for us, then we also post regularly through Facebook and other forums. We have our Discord server as well that you can join if you wish to join and race with us, or even just take part in the banter, as we'll call it, between everybody. So we've got, as I said, a variety of skill sets tonight. We're going to have a lot of good close racing, which is always welcome. And we've got, obviously, we're just seeing just now that lovely new Red Bull white livery that Red Bull raced just recently. It's to celebrate their partnership with Honda, and we're just there with joyful hell at the present moment in time. But we certainly have a beautiful livery on that Red Bull.
I must admit, I am a big fan of it. It's very nostalgic. It reminds me of Senna's MP44.
Yes.
I'm assuming that was partially the idea and partially the inspiration.
It may have been.
It is a lovely livery. It's a shame though that they don't offer both liveries at the same time, and you could switch between them.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think they're keeping this for about a month, I think it is, and then they're going to go back to the normal Red Bull livery. But it would be good just to see them keep it.
Yes, yeah, that sounds about right.
So we've just seen Simba go fastest in the McLaren, a 1:19.2, so a good banker lap there.
I'm sure that'll come down
and
significantly.
Oh yes, and Fire Rooster, the man that is Jacob Jones, our Tier 3 champion, did pop it into provisional pole there, but has been superseded by the Slayer in the Alfa Romeo on a 1:17.4, so a good lap there. We're just going to keep an eye on who we've got on the outlaps. It's going to be interesting. You mentioned strategy, Ollie, which I think is going to be one of the key things here, that it is a racetrack which is low on tyre degradation, and it's unlikely we're going to see hards, but softer and medium runners are going to have a bit of a benefit. Softs at the start, but the medium runners change into the softs towards the end.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Like you say, the tyre wear is not that bad, but depending on the harshness of your setup, the rights can be significantly hotter than the left, so that could play into it as well. Be interesting to see what kind of strategy these guys will be picking tonight.
Yeah, no, definitely. So we're just on board with Red Car Rambo and the Aston Martin. Just going across the start-finish line, and that slight turn 1 left bend just into the straight. It's barely noticeable, and we're coming now down into the Variante Tamburello. It's a really challenging corner. You're braking, you're sweeping left, then we're sweeping right, and then left again, but we're accelerating the whole time. I think if you misjudge the braking zone, you're right into the gravel at that point. Now into Arnie's just backed out slightly. The Variante Villeneuve, turn 5 and 6, again building up the pace. And now into Tosa, turn 7, that left-hander, really left-hand hairpin, iconic. Plenty of time to be won here. You run wide, you're risking running wide. And into Piratella now, that kind of turn left, turn 8, turn left. And then as we're coming down into Aqua Minerale, again, lots of time there to be lost if it's easy to go wrong. But we'll keep the throttle planted, as we can see there. And then we've got the Variante Alta, that tight technical but fast right to left chicane. Again, lots of time that you can win here. Slight turn 13 as we call it. It's not even a turn, it's a slight bend to the left. And now coming down into Ravazza, turns 14 and 15, so a double left-hander, brief acceleration between it, and then ultimately flooring it as we go on between the Variante Bassa, which is the pit entry to the right there. The track always really changed since the kind of Imola, I'll say, of 2006 that people might have been used to, and certainly since the days of the unfortunate incidents in 1994 where Ayrton Senna and Roland Ratzenberger lost their life, but it's one of those classic Formula One circuits.
Absolutely, yeah. I suppose they would have had to bring in lots of new changes since the horrendous Senna accident. I'm sure lots of health and safety has been put in place there. But it's still the classic track that we love, and it's always brought us fantastic racing, and I'm sure it'll be exactly the same tonight.
Yeah, no, definitely.
The times are starting to come down now. As Kid Dynamite's just set a 1:15.7. That is a good lap. I think that's about as good as I'll do in time trial. So.
It's one of these. Exactly. We're just watching Mark as well here on the Merc.
Yes. I think I just saw him go off, so he might have had a little bit of a moment ago.
He's on the medium, so he's starting to really go for it. We can see there the tyre strategy split already. Kid Dynamite and Milan on the softs, Gini on the medium.
Of course, the harder compound will take slightly longer to heat up, so perhaps he was having trouble there. But it's looking nice and clean through here, though. Yeah, no,
definitely. It's essentially the home race for the Alpha Tauri team. I think their factory is about 10 miles southeast, and they're about 50 miles away from the Ferrari factory. So whilst we always see Monza being their kind of home, it's quite close to here as well.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't realise it was that close, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a few Italian teams, which we love. And Mark just going over there into 6th place, 1:18.5. Oh, we've got a Ferrari there, guy with Lewis on the front wing, so he's had a little moment. Oh, he's decided to just cut that chicane. There we go.
It's all good. If you can't follow the racing line, make your own one. No worries.
Exactly. Just watching Jay Sarge now in the Ferrari. So he's just done a 1:15. Looked like that was like an outlap. So just keep an eye on him.
I'm looking forward actually to seeing how he performs in the red car this season. I mean, he's a very very well experienced driver and very quick driver. I've had fair few battles with him last season, but be interested to see how he fares in the Ferrari.
Exactly, swapping the silver arrows to the beautiful red of Ferrari. Different car, as we were talking about engine sounds as well between the Honda, the Ferrari, and the Mercedes engine as well.
Yeah, and I can't remember who I was speaking to, but somebody said that the sound of the engine in terms of revs has a massive effect on where they think to change gear. So that can sometimes throw people off. Obviously, the different tones of the engines can make people shift at different points. I must admit, it's not something I've particularly found too difficult to get around, but I have heard a couple of people complaining about it.
Yeah, I'm just watching with Max going through the Variante Alta there. That chicane with those sausage curbs is really going to catch some people out in the race, I think. Just going to see where he goes. And he goes third with a 1:17.0. We've still got Kid Dynamite, however, in that white Red Bull, 1:15.7.
He's well over a second ahead of the next car, so that's quite a lap from him.
Yeah, so we've got Mark on the mediums as the only one who's gone on to the mediums. A few of them.
I'm wondering what kind of effect track evolution will have around here.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it may bring down a few tenths, but obviously this being a new addition in terms of a new track, I'm not too sure how it will be compared to some of the other tracks.
Yeah, I think it should. There will be a bit of evolution. It's a low tyre degradation circuit. I think though you want to keep the tyre wear, the heat in there, so your outlap maybe a kind of slow outlap. And thank you, Mark, for sharing the stream on the Discord.
Oh yes, yeah.
we were that busy. We were that busy talking, Ollie, that we completely forgot to do it.
And yet there are still we still have viewers, so that is dedication.
Exactly, it's always good.
Don't even need the link.
Exactly, just keeping an eye on Grimo now in that Alpine. She was in the Alfa Romeo last year.
Yes.
Again, just coming up to the Variante Alta.
I'm amazed you know the name of these corners, because I've only just caught up with Monza, to be honest.
It's probably one of my kind of knowledge points that I do love, but we get there and just turning into the Ravazza now, runs a little bit wide there. We've just had O'Fats retired from the session without setting a time, so he's going to be towards the end of the grid.
Did you see what happened there?
I didn't know. Grimo's just gone on 1:19.1, so he moves into 11th.
Right. Yeah, it seems we have quite a split between the times at the top. I know, obviously, we have a few different tiers racing tonight, but in terms of between Kid Dynamite and Emiliano, I'm wondering why it's not quite heating up just yet.
Yeah, we've seen the Slayer there go 1:16.0, so he's 3 tenths behind. I think we're going to definitely have a lot of people starting to come out shortly, a lot of people in the pit. So we're just watching Guy at the present moment is still to set a time, JSR still to set a time, MTO and DAC Invertible.
I should imagine Jay Sarge is waiting for the track to rubber up a little bit before he sets his time.
And Guy there just went into a 1:16.5, so third place for him. Which he'll be pleased about.
Yeah.
And we're just seeing Mark on his outlap, keeping to the honest Mercedes that he's stuck with before.
Yeah, he seems to have grown quite attached to that seat now.
Exactly.
Mind you, it does suit him very well, so...
It does indeed. So we'll probably keep on board with him as we get into his fast lap. And just on board with Joyful Hell here. She's going around a 1:20.4. Just coming down into Aqua Minerale just now. That tight right hand and just over those sausage curbs. They can spin you around easily.
It is so easy to make a mistake at that corner.
Yeah, definitely.
You get too close to the apex and you spin, and too wide you invalidate. So it's got to be on point. Ooh,
and exactly. Just as you were about to say there, Ollie, that sausage curb.
Keep quiet.
We're used to the commentators curse. All I'm going to say is, for those of you who haven't watched the Tier 3 MRC race from Season 4, it's race 10 in Canada, that's on the YouTube channel. Go and have a look at it. There was a lot of manual calculations on that race. Mark was the lead commentator and I was frantically working an Excel spreadsheet to keep an eye on who, what, where. And Jay Sarge has just went quickest.
Oh wow. Wow, great lap from Jason there. Yeah, it would appear Mark has just backed out of his flying lap, so I'm not quite sure why. He didn't appear to come off, but...
No, we just don't think there's any damage to the Mercedes there. Front wing looks okay, 2 end plates.
Yep. Yeah, no, everything looks in order.
Just keep an eye. We've got everybody now beginning to come out on the right lap. 3 minutes remaining in the session. This is going to be everybody's real last opportunities. A couple of laps they can do, though.
Let's hope we don't get any problems with traffic, because that can be quite frustrating sometimes.
Yeah,
for the drivers, of course. But can't be helped.
Oh, definitely, we can see there the differences, and I think this is the thing, and let's all remember, folks, it's a non-championship race. It's a bit of fun. Everybody gets together in the week that we don't have the gap between season 4 and season 5. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to be out there racing, but I'm happy to talk as well.
Absolutely. I mean, well, I was supposed to be racing tonight, but I have come down with the mother of all colds, and I just did not fancy it. So I hope my voice isn't sounding too
so what
too nasally. But
what you decided was you'd rather be stuck here with me commentating than actually racing.
Absolutely. This is brilliant fun, and I've never actually done it before, so
well,
I wanted to give it a go. And who would I rather do it than with you?
There we go. We got Simba. There's all the compliments. Simba there, just coming to the end of his fast lap. Just coming out of the Ravazza, now coming down to the Variante Bassa. Opens the DRS and goes 7th.
That is a good lap.
Yep.
From 5th to 7th, they're all very, very close together.
They are indeed. We're just watching Emiliano just now. And Womax is just ahead of him, so the two Williams boys, 5th and 6th at the present moment in time. He's slightly quicker, Emiliano, by just under 2/10. Got a couple of yellow flags appearing, but hopefully nobody's lost front wings or anything. Oh, and that's going to void his time. I think Emiliano ran wide there at the top of Peratella, but we'll keep an eye. Womax 2/10 up. Sector 2, so we'll just see where we are. Jay Sarge is obviously Jason's decided he's done enough for today. He's happy to sit in the pits.
Yeah, don't blame him. There's no point getting any more tyre wear on that set, so
definitely not.
Conserve as much as possible for the race.
Exactly.
Good call.
Womax goes from 6th to 4th there, which is good for him. I think Simba's 2/10 quicker than his previous bet, so just coming up to the line just now, currently 7th, and goes into 6th. Improves by 4/10 of a second, near enough. We're just watching Gini in the Alpine there, 4/10 as well.
Just as Guy goes off, I hope that wasn't his flying lap.
Oh,
it looks like it may have been.
Oh, let's hope not. He's in 5th at the present moment, so.
Not a bad place to be, but he won't get time for another flying lap, unfortunately.
Oh, he won't. We're just keeping it on with Gini just now. Just switch on to his TV pod. See if he can improve from his current 8th place. Again, it's weird that chicane used to be in the old Imola, and he goes over and goes 4th.
Oh,
so superb lap from him.
Yeah, fantastic.
Just keeping an eye going down the fields. And we've got Jacobs just gone into 8th from 11th from where he was, so that's his lap. Done Emiliano in the Williams as well. Is he going to improve from 9th? He does. He goes into 7th, so there is certainly some track improvement coming through there. Morgan slower on this lap, unfortunately, and Nick's just ran wide, which is unfortunate, just down into Ravazza. Grimmel moves to 13th. And Nick did a slowdown before the line. Just checking. Don't think we've got anybody else out there on any fast laps at the moment.
Nope, Stu's heading back into the pits. As is Guy. No, I think that could be our end result.
Yep, qualifying is officially over. So we've got a Ferrari at the top of the leaderboard in their home. Well, I'll say their home race, but they're one of their home races.
This is a very good start for Jason to the season. I know this is a non-championship race, but this will certainly help him carry some confidence into the start.
Yeah, no,
That's
definitely.
A fantastic lap.
The Ferrari fans will be adorning him just now and bowing down to him and going, "Well done, son."
absolutely.
As we go. So let's just see. I think everybody, as we said, is there. So we'll wait for the results to come up. We've got a couple of people who didn't set lap times. I know a couple of people were mentioning potential glitches in the session, but we'll keep an eye on that.
Surprised to see Mike there down in 19th. Sorry, just to
that's all right.
Just to jump in. I'm not too sure what happened there, but I don't believe he actually set a lap.
No. So just running through the grid, we've got Jason in the Ferrari in pole, 1:15.3, 3 tenths behind his Kid Dynamite in the Red Bull. The Slayer is in third. Welcome to him. Max in fourth, Gini in fifth in the Alpine, and Guy and Emiliano sixth and seventh. Got two McLarens, eighth and ninth in terms of Simba and Jacobs. We've got Mark in the Mercedes in 10th. So those top 10 runners are going to start on the soft tyre. And then we get into the second half of the starting grid, who will all get a choice of where to start. So we've got Stu in the Aston Martin, 1:17.4. We've got Nick in the Alpha, Grimo in the Alpine. We've got Gibbon the Haas. We've got Redcar Rambo in the Aston Martin, Joyful Hell in the Red Bull, and then we've got Dak Invertible, Ofach, and MTO. It's going to be, I'll tell you what, we've got a few quick drivers at the back of the grid, which is going to be an interesting. Do we have a first or do we have a last to first potential challenge that we've got here? But it's going to be an interesting one. We know it's dry, so this is going to be an exciting one. Definitely a one-stopper. But who's going to start on the mediums? That's going to be the interesting one.
Yeah, definitely. That was a very interesting qualifying session. And yeah, like you say, hopefully we do have some surgents from the back. That will definitely bring a interesting race for tonight.
Yep, no, definitely. For those that are watching on the stream, obviously leave us your comments, etc. Especially in the Discord as well. Discord? Discord. So let's not discard it just now. We're just about to get into the race. No, exactly. It'll ban me from this one. So it's going to be an interesting one. Fragile Tunnel just saying hello, good luck everyone. And this is the thing, very very big community that we've got here. So here we go. We've got the formation lap.
So who do you think could be some dark horses for the race then?
So I think we've got. I think we're going to have Jacobs ninth in the McLaren. I think it'd be interesting to see how he progresses through the field. But then you've got Ofach down in 18th. We've seen the pace there in the Championship Season 4. But then we look at the Slayer, third in the Alfa Romeo, new to Monday Racing Club. So that's another dark one. But what about you?
Well, I was just looking at Gene, and I know he's in P5, but to be honest, I think that's the perfect place for him because he's extremely consistent. He's very, very low on penalties. I mean, typically throughout a race, and I think that's no different than starting in P1 really for Gene.
Yeah.
So he could certainly be one to look out for the win.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And like say about Jacob, he's in a good position.
Let's have a look at the tyre. So, there we go. So we've got Stub down to Redcar Rambo, all on the mediums. Joyful Hills, she's went on to the softs. Dak Convertible mediums, and Ofach and MTO on the soft. So, Ofach, MTO, Joyful Hill looking to make a jump at the start. And then likes of Stub, Nick, Grimo, Gib, Redcar, and Dak Convertible, I think are very much going to look at maybe doing the overcut. But look at that pit strategy. I think you could probably do a one-stop soft to medium, but you might. I mean, there's not a big loss on the pit stop. Yes, it is a fast part of the circuit, but actually you could gain more time by two-stopping.
Yeah, no, I think you're right there.
So let's just hope that the camera sorts itself up as they start to line up on the grid, the automated system. Everybody will be getting ready. This is usually the point where the heartbeat starts to go.
Absolutely.
Let's just hope the camera angle sorts itself. There we go. And we got 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights, and at Imola, We've got a little start, and we are go at the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Great start there from J Sarge off the grid. Kid Dynamite just keeping behind him, but the Slayer there in the Alfa Romeo. Let's hope that we don't have any accidents. We've got a couple of people running wide there as we go into turn 1 and turn 2, but everybody, we've got a McLaren that's went down the bottom. Unfortunately, Jacob has went round, but J Sarge is out in front. Kid Dynamite just floats into bed.
Got a lot of debris there at the back.
Yeah, Kid Dynamite's gone.
Yeah.
And we've got a virtual safety car, so that's not great. Between the Variante Villeneuve, Kid Dynamite went round. And we've got a 5-second penalty there for Grimo for a severe collision with DAC Convertible, but a virtual safety car. Well, we knew Imola would be exciting.
Definitely. Yeah, I was a little worried about turn 1 because obviously we haven't done a race here yet, so
no.
You know, it's exploring, you know, where we need to give extra room perhaps to people overtaking. You know, all those things are going to start coming through with experience.
Yeah, definitely. Just trying to keep in. I just have a look at the Slayer, just see if there's any damage on the front of that Aston Martin, and virtual safety car I think is complete now. So back to full racing. Since we come down the main pit straight, we've got J Sarge separated to the Slayer by about 9/10 of a second, so he's going to really look to try and get out of the DRS zone. The DRS in Imola is absolutely powerful as they come out of the Variante Bassa all the way down to turn 1, which is that tight left, or slight left, sorry.
I've just seen DAC Convertible come into the pits. It looks like he's lost his entire wing, so he's going to have to come in for a nose change and a fresh set of rubber.
Guy's in as well. He's getting a front nose change. He's went back onto the softs.
Yep.
So J Sarge just extended as he comes out of Tosa, that uphill section, which you can lose a lot of time if you don't get Tosa right. He's around about a second. Then we have the Slayer, and then we have Womax in third in the Williams, but you've got Gingini only half a second behind him. Mark up to fifth, incredible start from him. Yes, a couple of people are out or have had to go into pits, but a great start for him. Nick BT as well, he was outside the top 10, so good to see him up in 6th. And Fatch, we were talking about, he was 18th, 17th in the qualifying, he's now 7th as well.
That is a fantastic start.
Blimey. Just watching J Sarge coming down into Ravazza just now, so the DRS detection zone, he's 1.4 clear of the Slayer, so he's going to stay out of that DRS zone. And again, we just seem like penalties there. Joy Fell getting 3 seconds.
No! Mark's
what
gone
we got?
round.
Oh no!
I'm not sure if there was any collision there, but no, I've just seen him spin. So it's going to send him down the order a little bit. Just down to
11th at the moment.
Oh no, Fatch has come in. Oh no, I think he might have.
Is he missing a front wing? Is he? Just on board. Yeah, he's missing a front wing.
That's going to be a full nose change.
Wing end plate.
Yep. What a shame.
Yeah, definitely. So Nick BT's the highest medium runner at the moment, so he's putting himself into a good position.
Gini up into 3rd place.
Exactly.
Great start from him.
Yep. Given the 3-second time penalty there. Again, the track limits on this track are ridiculous, but they're gonna be a lot of penalties, I think, looking at some of the racing so far.
I've just noticed actually MTO up into P7 starting from the back, so that it could potentially be driver of the day after only 3 laps, so that's quite an impressive start from him.
And DAC Convertible's just retired as well.
Oh, what a shame.
We're just watching MTO. MTO appears to be ghosting, but he appears again. Oh, we got virtual safety car, so just trying to see why we've got that virtual safety car. It could be DAC Convertible. He did just retire.
So our chief beneficiaries then from the opening few laps, we've got Nick BT up 8 places, MTO up 13 places. I think somebody's just pit.
Yep, Emiliano's just jumped into the pit just now. Stu Morgan's just got a 3-second time penalty as well, so Emiliano onto the mediums. So again, as soon as virtual safety car ends, DRS becomes active again. It's not like the safety car where it's 2 laps after the safety car restart where DRS gets activated. So,
and it can be really easy to get a penalty,
completely.
drive-through penalty. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that timing. It's the differential that's needed. That's basically telling them they need to drive to a set speed.
It's almost a game of chicken, really. I mean, you want to try and get it as close as you can, but sometimes there we are. Sometimes you can push it just a little too far.
And red car's the unfortunate recipient there of a drive-through penalty. And Grimo on a 3-second penalty as well. So J Sarge 2.6 seconds in the lead. Then we've got the Slayer in second in that Aston Martin, and then 2.6 behind him is Gene Genie in the Alpine. Couple of runners, Simba and MTO in sixth. Joy for Hell just getting a penalty there. Mark and Jacob. So, we've got a yellow flag in sectors 2 and 3 there. I think Simba's went. Oh, Simba's round. Oh, Simba's off. He's reversing. Let's hope he doesn't get a penalty for that. I think that was down at Ravazza.
Oh dear, stuck in the gravel trap.
We're just seeing actually Grimo and MTO there. The DRS was there, so MTO just behind Grimo. 5-second penalty for Guy corner cutting.
Oh, what a shame. He was just trying to get back onto the track, I believe.
Just keeping again MTO and Grimo tight there. Medium runner Grimo against MTO in the softs. And we then got the battle between Mark and Jacob in 7th and 8th as well.
Yeah, it does seem to be spreading out a little bit now. We're going to start seeing some little battles going on.
Yeah, so Simba obviously pitting again to replace that front wing, putting on the medium, so he'll maybe hopefully go to the end, and Guy back in the pits, unfortunately.
Yeah, I should imagine they'll stick a set of hards on and see how long they can go for.
Yeah, no, definitely. So Grimo, J Sarge, fastest man of the race, 118.3 so far. But the battle we're watching right now is Grimo in the Alpine against MTO, 3/10 behind him as they come through Ravazza. So MTO will be looking to stay close as we come out of turn 15, and we'll get the DRS. And we've just seen Jacob behind Mark as well on the screen there. But MTO going for that pass as we come down the pit straight. He's not really much to defend. He does indeed. It would be a brave man if Grimo was to send it back. Oh, very tight there. I don't know whether it's because MTO is ghosting, but there was definitely a yellow flag. Oh, Nick BT's off in sector 1 as well. Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, what a shame.
Five laps, and he was up to, I think, at one point around about 4th or 5th place. So unfortunate for him. We're just seeing the two Williams there as we go into turn 1. Emiliano and Womack. I'm just keeping an eye there, Ollie, on Jacob and Mark as well, just a 10th of a difference between them.
It's extremely close between these guys.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just on board and into the Variante Alta, or sorry, Aquamineralia, apologies.
Just on board with Womack now, looks like he's about to go for the move on Emiliano. Is he going to keep it tight round here?
Oh. He's coming down into that. I mean, again, it's medium versus soft runner, so Emiliano
it's a matter of time.
Exactly. Yeah. So let's just go down.
And he's off. Oh no, we've got a pile up.
Oh,
Joy for Hell and
got Emiliano out. And you said Joy for Hell, did they come together? And we've got a full safety car.
Oh, what a shame.
And J Sarge, I think, he's just passed it. He's got a penalty as well, though, at the moment.
Yeah, I believe their Joyful had a little moment, and I mean, there was nowhere to go for the cars behind, so what a shame.
That's unfortunate. But good strong showing up till that point. So this is where we've got people now beginning to pit. Nick BT going into the pit lane, Jacob into the pits, Mark has moved into the hard tyre, as is Nick BT, so really going for the proper one-stop strategy there. Jacob has put the softs on in that McLaren again. O'Fatch has just went past on track, and Gibb has also put that hard tyre on, so they're all driving to a delta at the moment, folks. They can't go any quicker. So the key will be for the likes of J Sarge, the Slayer, Gene Genie and MTO for them to come in. It's the prime chance to get in, put those hard tyres on and get to the end of the race, or do the contra strategy which Jacob's done in 7th at the moment, is put another set of softs on with the potential then J Sarge into the pit lane. But yeah, that potential set 2-stop strategy Ollie might work as well.
Yes, yeah, potentially.
So we're just on with Jacob at the moment. I think he's gone into the medium tyres, he is as well, so he's going slightly different. The Slayer and the Alfa Romeo as well, he's going on to the mediums. So the top two runners, and Gene Genie as well, he's gone on to the hards. So
yeah, it would seem we've got a big divide on strategy choices.
We do,
so
and
interesting to see who rises to the top.
MTO has stayed out on the softs. He's not ghosting anymore, but he's picked up the safety car, so he's decided to stay out. So first of our pit runners, J Sarge and the Slayer, moving on to mediums. Womax has also went onto the medium, so this is going to be interesting because I've driven Imola with both the mediums and the softs. Good tyres, take time, low tyre degradation. I just wonder if the hards are probably not the right type of choice for this circuit. I just think I worry about warm-up.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose it's hard to tell in the early days of the release, but yeah, I think I'd have to agree with you. Just to have your opinion, do you think the medium runners now will be going soft, medium, soft, or soft, medium, medium? How long do you think those mediums will last? Because if you're following behind with some dirty, they can really quickly wear out.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I would maybe try and go to the end on the mediums. Yeah, I mean, what have we got? We've got 24 laps. We're probably going to talk another maybe 3 laps under the safety car. Let's just have a look at the track map. So the drivers are quite spread out, so we know where the safety car won't go in this lap. Takes us to lap 9. Say they get round for lap 10, 22 laps. It's possible that they could go. Now, don't get me wrong, it might be a bit squirrely at the end on the mediums, but it's a possibility.
Yeah.
But the hard tyres will just get better in terms of their tyres will come towards the end.
Yeah, definitely. I've just been following on board with some of these hard runners, and they do seem to be struggling to get some heat into them. They're looking a bit squirrely, but as you say, the longer they stay out, the better they'll come into their prime. Yeah,
MTO ghosting, unfortunately. So I'm not quite sure if there's a connection issue, but we'll keep an eye on that. So Olfach into 5th. He's on 5 lap softs. Jacob on brand new softs after he's pit stop, and then we have that sort of collection of the hard runners, those 4 runners, and then we've got Woodmax and Simba in on the mediums as well. We're just seeing Guy there, who has been lapped on the hards. So you can see there from the track map at the bottom right hand of the screen, folks, that we've still got a gaggle of cars that are catching up to the safety car. So we'll definitely likely have it for another couple of laps. But already we've had 2 virtual safety cars. We've had a safety car, all in 9 laps.
It's been quite an eventful opener.
It has, and I think Imola is the 2nd race on the calendar for season 5 after Bahrain.
Yes, you're right. Yeah,
2 weeks tonight. So I think those that are racing are going to get some good hints there. But those that are watching, not just live, but watching post the stream, will also get some hinters. I think Joyful Hell commented on the Discord that the track is very narrow, and it's right. If you get near a collision, it's a bit like Canada. If you get involved in someone else's accident,
it is almost like a street circuit in terms of how narrow it is. I mean, I know you have some of the runoff, but where you have the grass before some of the braking zones, if you brake with the tyre on the grass, your traction will just disappear completely. Contrary to having concrete where you can take it a bit wider, it is really a game of accuracy.
Yeah, no, definitely. Just looking, we've got safety car in this lap. It's a late call.
Brilliant.
And it'll be MTO that leads them away. He is indeed. You've got no option though. You've got to just go. J Sarge will be behind him, and we're seeing that just now. Just coming into turn 1, he doesn't risk it. Oh, and MTO must be ghosting, unfortunately. So J Sarge into the lead. Now, which is good for him. He needs to get that 1 second barrier again to the Slayer by the time the DRS window comes in, which for those that are unfamiliar with F1, it is 2 laps after the safety car comes in. So as he comes up from Tosa J Sarge, we can see there's some great camera angles from the helicopters there. Simba unfortunately getting a 3 second time penalty there, but some great camera angles that we're seeing J Sarge coming through Piratella, now down into Aqua Minerale. again, very easy to outbrake yourself, very easy to unstable the car. Powers now up through into the Variante Alta, jump over that chicane he will do shortly, so we can see there, keeping off the sausage curb on the inside, then touching it just on the inside there, building up a 1 second gap on MTO, 1.5 seconds back to the Slayer, so he's already done that job just before the end of lap 1 after the safety car, so lap 10 in total. Ran slightly deep there into Ravazza, but now powers out of turn 15, and then we have that slight right kink at the very end of Bassett, which used to be the old chicane that you can see there on the right hand side. So 1.4 seconds, the Slayer is into second now, MTO into the pits to get rid of those 10 lap soft tyres. So J Sarge leading by 1.3 seconds now in that gap, slightly coming down, but Gene Genie, the first of the hard runners, 2 seconds behind Jason there, so got to keep an eye on his progress. Ofatch though up now into 4th place, so again Gene Genie's going to have to watch, not necessarily want to go ultra defensive, but he needs to keep that attack up on the Slayer as well. Jacob Jones in the McLaren, soft runner at the present moment in time, up until 5th. Ofatch unfortunately just got another 3 second time penalty.
I've just been watching a great battle at the back here for 8th place.
Oh, Ofatch, sorry Ollie, Ofatch there ran into Gene Genie just as they were coming through Aqua Mineralia. Hopefully there's not any damage to his front wing. Well, he is gone straight on there at the Variante Alta. So that is possibly costing got some floor or front wing damage. Jacob right behind him now, all over him coming into Ravazza, but that's going to certainly give Gene Genie a bit of a breather. The Slayer 2 seconds now behind J Sarge. So DRS is now enabled, lap 12 out of 32. DRS now enabled. This is like Canada Tier 3 all over again.
Absolutely. I'm just watching this battle between Wumax and Grimo, and Wumax putting a move around the outside with DRS.
Very
he gets
good
that done
move.
Nice, easy.
Yeah, no, very good move there.
There's not much he could have done there, to be honest.
Definitely not. Simba getting another time penalty. Ofatch into the pits, obviously medium after a bit of wing damage. MTO now after that penalty. He's gone on to softs again, so again he's going to have to stop again. Morgan's back into the pits, unfortunately. Simba just down at Ravazza, and we're Guy's now involved, unfortunately lapped. So J Sarge 2.6 seconds out, 2.6 seconds sorry to Slayer. We've then got a further 2 seconds back to Gene Genie and 1.4 seconds back to Jacob in the McLaren.
Oh no, and Mark's just spun.
Oh no, just watching him.
He was doing such a fantastic job defending.
That was just in the Aqua Minerale section.
Yes,
we
so easy to do there.
Exactly, we talked about it before the race and earlier on how easy it is to do, but he just needs to concentrate, cool those tyres down, get back into the rhythm.
Definitely. If history repeats itself, I'm sure it's not unlikely to have another safety car. So it is definitely not wise to give up now. Anything can happen. I mean, we've certainly shown that over the past. You've got to keep driving to the last lap.
Oh, completely. You never know what will happen.
And as Mike Schumacher once said, first you have to finish the race.
Exactly. There's no prizes for qualifying, unfortunately. There's no prizes unless you finish the race.
Absolutely.
So in terms of fastest lap, Jason got the fastest lap, 118.348 at the present moment in time. Ofatch is the closest one to that, 118.4. He's currently down in 12th at the moment. So the intervals between them, again, we're pretty much getting a bit drawn out at the front. 3 second gap between J Sarge and the Slayer, and then a further 3 seconds back to Gene Genie, 2.5 back. We've got a yellow in sector 2. Just keeping an eye on, see what we've got there. I think it's one of the Mercedes potentially. Is it MTO? Oh no, we've got, is that Ferrari? Is it Guy? Seems to have stopped in sector 2. Just at Aqua Minerale, unfortunately. I'll just go on board with Simba here just to see. And Guy in the section's been cleared. So unfortunately Guy out of the race. We're down to 15 runners. But J Sarge's growing his gap, Ollie, 4 seconds. So he's not hanging about.
He's got a habit of doing that. As soon as you put him in clean air, he just pulls away.
And sorry, I was going to say
carry on, mate.
It'll be interesting to see if he is going for a two-stop strategy, because that pace is strong.
If he's got the pace, he can certainly afford to come in for another set of tyres, and I think that may be what he's trying to do. I think with a circuit like this and how easy it is to spin on those curves, you'll really want to be on the softest compound as you can. So if he can finish on those softs maybe, or come in for a fresh set of mediums, he'll be in a strong position.
Definitely. So the closest battle we've got on track is what you're seeing at the moment. Redcar Rambo in the Aston Martin against Emiliano in the Williams. So they are just coming down now to the Variante Alta, so 0.5 of a second. So again, it's medium against soft runners. J Sarge, oh look, there's the fastest lap on the mediums, 118.3 from J Sarge.
They are really starting to come alive now, aren't they?
100%. And that's going to be the thing. Those soft tyre runners are going to start to see their tyres probably drop off in the next 3 or 4 laps. If you've had sort of 7 laps, which is Jacob, we've got Redcar here, Ryan on the mediums. He's in.
Whereas realistically, around the same time, the other compounds seem to come into their prime. So, you know, the stock compounds are great for those short stints, but as soon as the wear comes in, they are like driving on ice.
Oh yes. Just watching Grimo here, the hard runner in the Alpine. He's got Redcar behind him, and then Emiliano. So it was very much a DRS train as they came down the start-finish straight. I think Redcar will be wanting to get past the Alpine as quickly as he can, knowing that he possibly will have to come into the pits in the next 3 or 4 laps. Getting penalties aplenty right now, unfortunately. Let's just go and see. So we've got J Sarge at the front, 3 seconds. The Slayer on 3 seconds. Gini, no penalties. And then we've got Jacob on 6 seconds. Nick BT on 3 seconds. Wumax with none. Grimo on 9. Redcar on 6. And then Emiliano and Mark on 3. We've got Simba, unfortunately, on 12. And Ulfach and Gib on 6.
Yeah, these guys that have got no penalties could be in a strong position. I mean, even MTO back down in P11, if he can keep that clean, he could be in a really strong position to get a good result tonight.
Definitely, and we can see the position gains there. Nick BT, the big winner, up 7, but actually MTO up 8, and obviously the Slayer and Gini as well. Jacob 5 as well, and Grimo up 6. So we're just watching. So he's dropped Redcar, and again, I wonder whether that is just down to those soft tyres of Redcar just beginning to drift off. And we've got a yellow in sector 3. Is that what the Haas is it? Is it Ulfach? I think it is, yes, down in Ravazza, unfortunately.
Emiliano's getting very close up behind Redcar Rambo. Obviously he's on the medium compound, so he will still have a bit of life left.
Yeah, it's almost, and we've seen though as we were going down the start-finish straight that Grimo was around about a second ahead of Redcar, but it's certainly not that anymore. And he's only half a second. Right. So we'll just stay with this battle just now.
Now you may have to remind me, when the red light's flashing on the back, does that mean the car is harvesting?
The car is harvesting, yep.
And they are completely out of the RS?
I believe so, yes.
So that would then imply that Redcar is really swallowing up as much as he can use to keep up with Grimo.
Yeah, just jumped on board here with Grimo, just looking back for those that are on the stream. One of the joys of the camera angles that we can get, not just the broadcast of the TV pod, but we can look behind as well. So we're down the start-finish straight, we can see Redcar behind us. We then jump on board with Redcar just now. He is gaining, he's just not gaining enough. It's almost as if his Grimo is...
what
great
a move. Emiliano goes for that dive, he keeps it clean, he leaves the room, and wow, that was fantastic.
Glad we were on board there with Redcar. Unfortunately for him dropping a page, but Emiliano up 1, so he's now going... Oh, and Grimo's just ran wide off as well. Oh, is he going to collect him? Oh, no he doesn't, thankfully.
2 positions in 2 corners, that's brilliant for Emiliano.
That's a great couple of corners for him. But again, we're going to need to... And Stubbs retired, unfortunately, so let's just see where we are. We've got oh, it's on the start-finish straight, so we're on board with Gibb just now. We'll hopefully see it as he passes. I can't see it. They have cleared it now. Oh no, it's just behind. Okay, so Stubb unfortunately is retired. Should be able to handle it under a yellow flag. Back up to our leader, who's got a 7.8 second lead. He is pounding around the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix at the present moment in time. Slayer 4 seconds ahead of Genie, and then Jacob, and we've got Jacob and Nick BT. Oh, and Nick just runs a bit deep into turn 2
just
there.
to interrupt, sorry, Red Car Rambo's just put a move on Emiliano and the DRS. It's made that look very easy indeed.
Yeah, and bear in mind that he's on the soft tyres, so he's obviously...
He's going to want to get those moves done now before the tyres really drop off, and he can create some breathing space, hopefully.
MTO in the pits, moving on to the medium, so he was soft, and now he's on to the medium, so this should take him through to the end.
I think that could be... I daren't say it, but I think that could be a
and the Slayer's gone round at the variant at the Aqua Minerale, just on the outskirts of it. Genie passed them, as has Jacob, as has Nick BT. So it's unfortunate. His debut race on the Alfa Romeo there, unfortunately, going round to Aqua Minerale. He just again needs to keep it kakani, as we'll say in Scotland, a bit of just calm it, just get a bit of calm back. Composure. So we've got Nick BT 9/10 behind Jacob at the moment. Jacob 10 lap old softs. He's going to start to feel them soon. I think he'll probably be looking to extend that run maybe by another couple of laps.
And I would say it's probably around now that these hard tyres are going to start coming into their prime. So the soft runners are really going to get swallowed up. Yep.
Just watching Emiliano now on the stream, chasing down Red Car Rambo. Are they going to swap positions? They do indeed. Into turn 2, Emiliano is back, and Grimo right on the back pretty much of those two. So it's a constant yo-yo battle as we go through the thing. So we're down to 14 runners. So 2 virtual safety cars already and 1 safety car. We've got a variety of different strategies. At the moment it is our pole sitter who continues to lead and has the fastest lap of the race, and the Slayer unfortunately just collecting another 3 seconds. I think he's actually went round again at Aqua Minerale, and Wumax is going to get the run on him. We're just seeing that from the helicopter. It's all kind of settling down. Oh, Emiliano just running wide. That is Red Car Rambo. They kind of followed each other in sympathy in the Variante Alta there. But I just wonder when Red Car's going to come in. And Nick and Jacob's in the McLaren. So our third place runner is now into the pits. So he's been overtaken by Nick BT and the Slayer. So he's going on to the medium. So that's a sensible tyre for the next 12 laps. So he will go to the end.
Just as Red Car is about to put a move back onto Emiliano. This
seems
to be
the
prime overtaking spot.
It is, and it's a very
the DRS. It's
exactly.
such a long zone. I mean, there's not a lot you can do in terms of defending without, I don't know, turning into Alonso and doubling your car's width. But it's just nothing you can do really.
No. And it's really only the part of the track you can look to overtake. The DRS, yes, you could maybe look to go down into Ravazza from the Variante Alta, but...
And, sorry, just to interrupt, Grimo is putting a move on Emiliano.
There we go, we're on board. Done. There we go. Well, there's another passing place.
Close.
We were just saying about the overtaking places.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're just on board again. And Emiliano's he's gone. He's lost it, unfortunately, and he's retired.
He'd been putting in such a good performance.
He'd lost it just as he was coming out of the Aqua Minerale. We can see him on the left hand side there, unfortunately. So we've got yellow flag there. Should be able to take care of that under the yellow flags.
Unfortunately, this is going to impact Jay Sarge's lead with the safety car.
No, they've covered it. We've got the Slayer into the pits though, Ollie, and Red Car. So let's just keep an eye on where we are. So the Slayer's gone onto the softs, so he's gone for it, and Red Car's gone onto the softs as well. I think he did start on the medium, so that's a positive end for him. Just having a look at those hard runners now. So Genie 13 seconds behind Jason in the lead. Nick BT a further 7 seconds back. We're just on board with Mark on the Mercedes at the present moment. And as he goes through Tosa, MTO has just passed Red Car Rambo, but Red Car was just coming out of the pits. So Keep an eye, there's Simba and there's Gib. Just watching Nick BT at the moment. So penalties in terms of where we are. So let's just see. So we've got Nick BT who's got 12 seconds of penalty. So Wimax is only 4 seconds behind him. So he would, if the race finished now, would fall behind him. We've got Grimo who has 12 seconds of penalties as well. He's only got 2 seconds to Mark, 8 seconds to Olfach. Olfach has got 9 seconds of penalties. Simba unfortunately 15 seconds of penalties. So at the moment, Jason's lead is 7-8 seconds with those penalties taken into account. So he will be hoping for no safety cars before the end of this race.
Yeah, it would appear that it's going to be quite difficult to work out our chief beneficiaries for tonight with these penalties. I can't even begin to try and work that out.
I'm not getting the Excel spreadsheet out either.
My math is not good enough for that, Christ.
No.
But yeah, no, we've had some good battles.
We have indeed. So everyone's starting to kind of spread out. There's the closest battle that we've got is MTO and Red Car Rambo. 1.5 seconds separating them at the present moment in time. Unfortunately for the Slayer with those kind of couple of spins. Oh, we got J Sarge. Jason's in the pits. So he will go on to the soft tyres, we believe. Yes. Yes, he is indeed. Those red wall marked soft tyres. So he will go in as Gene Genie goes through. So he's quite comfortable at the moment on those hard tyres, I think he was.
I should imagine he'll be seeing them to the end. Yes.
So it's really going to be a battle. We've got.
I think it will be down to the wire.
Yeah, definitely. So Nick BT's also just past Jason. So at the moment, Jason's got about 12.5 seconds to Gene Genie. And he's got those penalties as well. So Mr. Clean, as we'll call him, in the Alpine as we're seeing on the stream, just coming up from Tosa, is at the moment in prime position.
Definitely. I think Jason's going to have his work cut out for him trying to catch those two. Although those hards could start to drop off fairly soon, I don't know.
Yeah, we're just seeing 1.7 seconds to Nick BT who ran wide there just as they were going through Piratella. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. Oh, is that one of the Hasses? Is that Gib? Yes, unfortunately. But I think he might have just been slowing down to allow the other cars to pass, and good to see that from the blue flags. But Jason's now half a second within Nick BT in the Alfa Romeo.
Oh, wow.
So we're just going to go on board with Jason just now. We can see it on the stream just coming down into Ravazza. He's going to have the DRS. He's going to have much more grip coming out of Ravazza there. And DRS activated. Passes him even before the start finish line, and there we go.
That was a really good call from him. I could see he had the pace to go into the penultimate corner to do the overtake, but
oh, he ran wide just on turn 2, unfortunately, but he's not lost anything. It's not giving him a penalty, but it will have added to his warnings.
But yeah, no, it was a great decision from him. I could see he had the pace to go into the penultimate corner ahead of Nick BT, but obviously with the DRS straight just after, there's no point risking it.
Oh, definitely not. Closest battle just now, we've got Olfach, 9/10 behind Mark. Mark on the hard shod Mercedes, and Olfach on the medium shod Haas. As they come out of Tosa, and Grimo is there. I mean, Grimo and Mark are 15-16 lap hards, as is Nick BT, as is Gene Genie. So let's hope that their tyres don't drop off. They shouldn't. But if we have a safety car, the heat cycles will be a challenge. So Gene Genie's just passing the pit straight to go on to his 25th lap. 7 seconds, so Jason's behind him. He's brought it down by about 2 seconds this lap, which is really good pace. But again, the pace difference between those brand new softs and those 16 lap hards there is going to be strong. But he needs to get at least 6 seconds ahead of Rob to mitigate that penalty.
Yeah, he's got quite a gap to bring down.
Yeah, 6 seconds. Oh, he's only at 6.3 now as he's coming up into Tosa. So first sector, he's brought it down by 0.8 of a second. Just watching Rob just now coming down into Aquaminerale. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 1. Grimo, O'Fatch and Mark all together. Jacob, unfortunately, and the McLaren's just got a 3-second penalty, but I think there might have been a coming together between Grimo, O'Fatch and Mark.
O'Fatch is really right on the back of Grimo now. With those younger, softer tyres, I don't think it's going to be too long now until we see a move.
No, definitely not. I think he's going to line him up, but I think he'd be a sensible man. He runs whoa.
Oh, just as he goes wide.
And that'll give the invite to Mark as well, though. Sorry, go ahead, Ollie.
Yeah, no, sorry. No, I was just going to say that's got to be the commentator's curse. Just singing his praises. He goes wide, so I really got to choose my moments a little better.
Yeah, we're going to see now 0.7 of a second between Grimo and O'Fatch. And then Mark is only half a second behind O'Fatch, so it's going to be DRS for O'Fatch and Mark. Grimo will be deploying all of his ERS that he's got saved. It might not be enough for him. We're just keeping an eye.
This is where Grimo is really going to struggle because...
Yep, O'Fatch up the inside.
But can he slow down in time? Yeah, he can.
He does.
Yeah, fantastic.
Good there.
Yeah, it's so easy to miss your braking point when you've got the DRS and your ERS open into that corner, as we saw Jason go wide before.
Yeah, I wondered, Mark kind of dropped. Oh, and we've got Grimo's just gone wide just before Tossa, so Mark does pass him. But I wonder whether this is now the peril that exists for those hard tyre runners.
Yeah.
Are they starting? Yeah. Are they starting to go off? So
I think
Jason,
they might be kicking themselves.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
That soft tyre call would have been the better choice, but you know it's all.
We've just seen Mark going round. Unfortunately, I wonder if you were Gene Genie or if you were Nick BT, would you risk the next 6 laps, or would you take a pit stop and go into the hards?
Wouldn't you? I think you'd have to. Yeah. I think 6 laps would not leave you much room.
Nick's listened to our advice. He probably hasn't, but he has pitted. So he's going to get rid of those 19 lap mediums and go on to a nice set of set-off tyres. So Womax does pass him. And Womax has had a quiet race, hasn't been involved in too much. No penalties, clean racing. So he's in a good place. But he's 19 laps medium, Ollie. I mean, we're talking about the hard tyre runners.
Yeah.
And
he's
Mark,
really pushing his luck on those tyres.
Yeah, Mark's just went into the pits as well, but that's not a surprise, just with the wear on those and a couple of spins. So Jason is now 0.9 of a second behind Rob at the moment in the Alpine. So he's run wide though, has Jason. Through
this is really where things are going to heat up.
Yeah. So Gene Genie knows he will know that there is a 6-second penalty against Jason. So it's a balance, but the problem is, I think the pit window opportunity has gone. I think now a couple of laps ago, yes. I mean, see there, Jason just going down into turn 2.
Just passed him on the DRS.
Yeah. It was a little bit of a correction there as we went into turn 2 and 3, but he now clears. So his objective is now 6 seconds clear. He has to get 6 seconds clear.
And Gene is going to have to try and keep that gap as close as possible.
Yeah.
And try and eke it out until the end of the race.
Yeah, we're just going to go down. Nick and the Slayer just coming out of Ravazza here. We can see on the stream the 2 Alfa Romeo drivers. And
side
Nick,
by side.
Yep. And they're got Jacob in front of them, so Nick is through. But is he going to try and go for 2 and 1?
Oh no, he thinks better
he doesn't.
of it.
He does.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no! And he's just been given the place.
Jacob spun.
Oh.
We're just on board with him. Unfortunately, just caught it towards the end there. Unfortunately for Jason.
Yeah. Again, that is another easy corner to just overdo it. Those sausage curbs really do throw the car out from underneath you.
Yeah, no, definitely. We're just on board with Jason at the moment, so deploys his ERS slightly. He's got a good amount saved there. We're watching on board now with Gene Genie, and he's deploying his ERS, sorry. So he needs to keep that 6 seconds, so he's 1.6 at the moment. He has used his ERS. Again, on board with Jason. But
and I'm not I'm not too sure if it's just a glitch, but it would appear that Gene has been going down the straight in 7th gear, so maybe with those tyres dropping off and he's not got as great straight line speed, maybe he's trying to maximise those revs.
Potentially. But we'll keep an eye on that one. We're just watching O'Fatch now in 3rd. He's passed Womax, who was in 3rd, so he's obviously had a moment. So for those of you,
just it looks like O'Fatch just had a little bit of a moment, but he's kept it on track and not in the wall. So
good.
Onwards and upwards.
Exactly. So just for those that are new to MRC or who are joining us tonight, welcome for the first time. We start our Season 5 Championship a week today in Bahrain. We then are back to the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix here at Imola in 2 weeks' time, and then on to Portimao in Portugal on Monday the 8th of November. We have 3 tiers in the league. Tier 1's and Tier 2 race on a Monday night, and Tier 3 races on a Wednesday night. So do join us, do join on the Discord that is on the YouTube. So Genie now 3 seconds behind. He's got to keep it going.
Now that the track does seem to be quietening down, who do you think could be instead for driver today? Because I certainly have my I do have a couple of drivers in mind.
It's a difficult. I mean, you look at the likes of O'Fatch, who's in 3rd, he's come up 15 places. But then J Sarge is kind of 2 stopped. He was 13 seconds behind Genie when he came out of his 2nd pit stop. He's passed that. Could he go for the win? There's been a few unfortunates of drivers as well who have potentially spun, but I'm jumping O'Fatch and Genie are up there, but then we've also got to look at the likes of MTO as well. What about you?
Yeah. Well, I was thinking Genie. I mean, the way that he's handled those really poor hards, they're gonna be dropping off now, surely. And we've only got 2 laps remaining, and still 2-second gap that Jason's going to need to eke out in order to take this win. So I think Gene's been doing a fantastic job on those tyres.
Yeah, so we're just fastest lap is still Jason's. So at the moment he is pole man, fastest lap, and if he can get through the next lap and a half, he will go for the triple whammy of pole, fastest lap and race win. So let's just have a quick look at penalties. So O'Fatch has got 15 seconds of penalties. That would drop him. I think we've just seen a pass. Nick BT and Grimo here, we're just seeing, yep, Nick has passed Grimo. Both got 18 seconds of penalties as well.
Well, I suppose they're going to be really looking for track position then, aren't they? Because they're going to be matching on penalties.
100%. So let's go back to the front. It's 5.1 seconds.
Oh, it's going to be right down to the wire. If Gene can pull this off, I mean, hats off to him.
Exactly.
Because that is really impressive.
Again, though, even if we're looking at, I mean, we've got to look at Womax, right? 23 laps on a set of mediums as well.
Sorry, just to interrupt. It would appear Jason's got a 9-second penalty, so Gene is going to have an even bigger gap to play with.
Oh, we've missed that somewhere along the lines, but yes, 9 seconds.
So Jason is going to have a hefty gap to try and open in the last lap.
Yeah, we've just seen. Sorry,
no, I was just going to say this could be Gene's for the taking.
So we're just watching.
For the taking.
Exactly, we're just watching Jason just now, going through Tosa as he climbs up towards turn 8, which is Pirotella. 6 seconds is the gap at the moment. So just keep an eye on him as we come towards the end of this race. The final lap, we've just seen Nick again pass Womax on the pit straight. A place of overtaking in Imola. So Jason now coming up to Variante Alta. Do it safe, take it easy. Yes, he needs the time, but he's run slightly wide there, and we've just seen Rob does it nice and tidy. He knows he can take it gently, so we're just
got across the line now. He's just got to get that in.
Exactly. So we're coming through Ravazza, and Jason in the Ferrari is going to send the home crowd into raptures, and on the track Jason takes the victory And as we see, Gini is going to come across the line, 7.2 seconds. He will take the overall victory by 1.7 seconds. And we're now just keeping an eye on third place runner Ofatch in the Haas as he comes down to Ravazza. He does have penalties as well that we need to keep an eye on. But he is 15 seconds. Nick BT behind him though, 18 seconds. So Ofatch will finish third place at Imola. Well done to him. And we're now Nick BT coming out as he comes down the straight. He will fall behind Wumax as he comes across the line. Wumax is promoted to fourth. Grimmel will finish sixth at the moment, and the Slayer into sixth now off the basis of the penalties. MTO though,
wow, he's just jumped up to P5.
Exactly.
Fantastic from the back of the grid.
Exactly, and we're just seeing Jacob, our Tier 3 champion, complete the race, 9th place. And we got Mark in the Mercedes. He will come through to finish in 10th. And then we've got Red Car Rambo, the final one on the lead lap. And he does come through as well. Wow, what a race. I mean, if we thought this was non-championship, this was everybody going elbows out and no holds barred. And we just see Ofatch getting the games driver of the day. As we see the podium here, here is the Alpine driver that is Gini doing his bow. 1.7 seconds the gap. Because unfortunately it was penalties, and it just tells you if you can keep a clean race, you're going to jump up the positions, and he did exceedingly well.
I must admit, I didn't see that extra 3-second penalty for Jason, so that must have come in at the last minute. Yeah,
I didn't see either, Ollie, and that was the surprise when you said it, but yep, that made all the difference.
I suddenly just checked back on the penalties and I thought, oh, Gini could be on for the win here, and turns out he was, so fantastic performance from him.
Indeed, so there we go, Gini wins in the Alpine, spoils the Ferrari party at Imola, who with Jason finishing second, Ofatch in the Haas third. Well done on him from 18th on the grid, superb performance there. Wumax, I think we also need to give him a shout out.
Definitely.
What was something like 23, 24 laps by the end of it on mediums, which is superb. MTO in 5th, Nick and the Slayer, the two Alfa Romeos, 6th and 7th, Grimmel in 8th, Jacob in 9th, Mark rounding out the points in 10th. Fastest lap was Jay Sard, so he got fastest lap. Unfortunately didn't get the win, but what a race.
Yeah, that was a truly brilliant race, considering it wasn't a championship one. So
exactly.
Yeah, great performance from everybody. So just to clarify then, who's your driver of the day? I've got to ask.
Oh,
because you can't have more than one. So
no, I'm really split.
To call.
I'm really split. I think Ofatch did a superb job from going from 18th on the grid to finish third. I think Gini though, to get those hards through and handle that pressure, I think he probably comes close to driver of the day. But do you know what? I'm going to go Ofatch simply because 18th on the grid up to third.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, taking that podium. Yeah, well, I would agree, but I think just for me, it's got to go to Rob. I think the way that he handled those hards at the end there and keeping it cool, keeping each corner nice and clean, and again taking no penalties is just quite something else really around this track.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I've done a couple of my own little races and I can't get below 15 seconds, so
we'll get
it's quite something really when you get nothing. So
exactly.
Especially with a 50% race, I mean, just fair play to him.
Exactly.
But yeah, what a great race.
Yeah, no, Ollie, thank you very much for tonight.
Thanks very much,
excellent, good commentating, great race, and well done to all drivers who took part tonight. What a superb race on a track that's just been released for F1. For those that are interested in the Discord, please just do join us. We're always looking for new players to join the league. Very friendly bunch, great racing, clean racing, and we will look forward to welcoming you back a week tonight for Tier 1 and Tier 2 in the Middle East, which is Bahrain. Thank you very much, everybody, and good night.
Thanks a lot. Have a good evening.
Cheers out.